Hello, you have something special. You have greatness in you. I want to have a conversation with you, and I want you to like this page, and I want you to share it. And I want you to listen closely to what I have to share with you. And it's different than any other message that I have given, because most of my messages are about inspiration and motivation, manifesting your greatness, pursuing your dreams, and focusing on your destiny. But I want to have another conversation with you tonight. I got in bed and I could not sleep because I had a word come to my mind that says, "What are you doing? Why are you getting in bed? What have you done to celebrate this time where we're recognizing Dr. Martin Luther King for his supreme sacrifice by doing what you can to speak up?" And what came to me, people who operate from darkness, people that are divisive, people who work against individuals that are pursuing their dreams, of just trying to live a decent life, people that are possessed with evil behavior and thoughts and hatred, they don't take any time off. They work relentlessly. And so I'm not, and I know some of you probably say, "Oh, now there he goes. He's going to talk about the president." I'm not going there. I'm not into labeling and calling people anything. But here's where I'm going. I was called today by a friend named Riser, and the school where her daughter Genesis goes, they gave the students an assignment to read the letter of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. when he was incarcerated in Birmingham, letters from Birmingham. And what did they get from that? And she gave some good insight. But what I want to talk to you about tonight is courage and moral responsibility and speaking up. I heard a reporter say tonight, who was interviewing someone about what the president said, the vile, filthy, racist words that he spoke about Haitians and Africans. And I want to, first of all, apologize in behalf of everyday Americans. Everyday Americans are decent people. Everyday Americans are Christians. Everyday Americans believe in the scripture that says, "The least that you do unto these, my brethren, you do it also unto me." I don't believe that everyday Americans want the people that are part of the DACA programs who became here as children want them to be deported. No, we want you to become Americans. I want to apologize for the climate that we're in. I want to apologize for the leadership, for the vile, vulgar, and embarrassing things that have been said from the highest office in the land, and giving the impression to the world that all Americans feel this way, that all of Americans have an anti-immigrant spirit about them. That's not true. That's not true. So I want to apologize. I want to apologize. And this news person raised a major question. He said, what the president said was bad. There's no question. But you know what he said that got me? he said, what's worse is the silence of the Republicans. That's worse. And let me tell you what's worse than that, because I'm not anti-Republican and just pro-Democrat, because we have them both in families. I'm a twin. My twin brother, he's conservative. He is a Republican. I'm an independent. But let me share with you what I think's worse. Not just the silence and the denials of the Republicans and those who justify what the president says, but what's worse is the silence of ministers. These evangelists, these ministers, how could someone hold a Bible and it says clearly, the least that you do unto these my brethren, you do it also unto me, and not speak up? How can you say, well, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, but not say, hey, you shouldn't say that about the Haitians, about the Africans, and dark people of color, immigrants from different places around the world? You should not say that. How could these ministers be so silent? You can do all things except speak up for those who are voiceless, who are powerless, who are being bullied. Families being separated, children being separated from their parents, children being deported, parents being deported, and their kids are staying here. And you can't speak up because your politics is more important than your morals? Your politics is more important than your conviction? I don't get that. Just like I question myself, how can you go to sleep and you haven't said anything about this? You're talking about them. You got three fingers pointing out at yourself. Are you scared? Are you scared? Or you can just tell people, just pursue your greatness and pursue your dream and manifest your destiny. You have greatness in you. You think I gave you a voice just for that? And just look the other way? Well, families are being destroyed. People who have worked and educated themselves and came here as children and now going to sleep, if they can get any sleep at night, with fear. Immigrants feeling like targets. See, I can identify with that. See, one of the things about being a person who have the complexion of rejection, the only time that I've ever known white Americans to feel threatened and use the word terrorist is after 9/11. But as a black man, every time as a kid I saw a white policeman, I felt terror. Now, and once again, my brother-in-law had been a police officer for over 35 years. So I'm not anti-police. Men and women who put their lives on the line every day to protect us. And the majority, when the minority do something, these criminals, these Klansmen who have a badge and a gun and are judge, jury, and executioners, when they commit these crimes, the good cops look the other way. Only profession where if a cop does something wrong, he's investigated by his friends. the internal police affairs. Trust me, if one of them come in our community and we take them out, we won't have the option of saying, okay, Les, you know, this is what you've just done. We're going to have a trial here in the projects, and we're going to see whether or not you are justified. You said that the reason that you took your gun out was because a cop approached you and said your tag was expired, and he reached for his gun, and you felt your life was in danger. So you said, I'm not going down like this. I saw him reaching for his gun, and I protected myself. Shouldn't it go both ways? If he feels that he's in danger, I thought he was going for a gun, so I killed him. So shouldn't I have the right? I thought he was going for his gun. I didn't commit any crime. I saw him going for his gun. I took him out because I felt in danger. I felt he's going to kill me. That's what they use all the time. And they said, oh, that's justifiable homicide. I was within the parameters of what we trained them to do. You know, there's a saying that until the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change, we will never change. At what point do we draw the line and say no? And so right now there is a anti-immigrant sentiment that's being promoted from the highest office in the land. And I say to you that represents the position and the sentiments of the president and the cowards that surround him of his party, but that does not represent the average American. And don't call Donald Trump a racist. His father was arrested at a Ku Klux Klan rally, the largest Ku Klux Klan rally in the history of this country. He's not a racist, he's a Klansman. Donald Klansman Trump. He's not a racist, he's a Klansman. No, don't, and you say that and think you've done something. We know what the Klansmen represent. It's in his DNA. It's who he is. Now, so this is not about name calling. I don't recall Dr. King calling anybody names. I recall him having the courage to stand up for his conviction, having the courage to go to jail and be beaten and have dogs sicked on him and water hoses. Anybody can say, oh, he's a racist. Okay, next. You think? His father was a Klansman. They were sued for discriminating against black people. Didn't want them renting their property. You think? Are you surprised? Here's what we have to ask ourselves. What do we do to stop these families from being destroyed? What do we do to stop the DACA people from being deported and create a process for them to become Americans and not just sit around for the political process to work in their behalf and have our fingers and our eyes and our legs crossed? Or just pray. I believe what Mary McLeod Bethune said, pray as if everything depends upon God, and work as if everything depends upon you. This is time to work. These people are serious. When they say, take our country back, they're serious. Take our country back to slavery. Take our country back to segregation. Take our country back so that everybody will not be able to enjoy the American dream. They're serious. And once again, I apologize. It's not every white person. No, the majority of white people are decent people. Decent, good-hearted people. And silent. I saw something. This lady, oh my goodness, her name escapes me. She did a study called Blue-Eyed, Brown-Eyed students, and she's white. Her name escapes me right now. And she's talking to an all-white audience, and she asked them, she said, anybody here that like to be treated like black people or people of color in this country, please stand up. And there was silence in this all-white audience. No one stood up. She said, wait, no, let me ask again, because maybe you didn't hear me. If you hear me, listen to me. Anybody here that would like to be treated like a person of color, like a black person, is treated in this country, the United States of America, please stand up. And she waited again. And of course, none of the white people stood up. And she said, the reason that you didn't stand up, because you know they're not being treated right. And you haven't said anything about it. You just watched. That's why you didn't stand up. You know it's wrong, and you don't want to be treated less than. You don't want to be discriminated against. You don't want to be judged by your color and have institutions and structures designed to destroy your sense of self and to hold you back. Anybody here, any white people that are watching now would like to be treated like Haitians and people from Africa, El Salvador, or any immigrants from non-white countries? Volunteer to change roles. Yeah, right. Whatever. What is it that we want the takeaway to be in celebrating Dr. King? See, you can have sales, you can give people time off. But I think Reverend Otis Moss, who was Dr. King's classmate out of Cleveland, Ohio, great preacher. Dr. King said the greatest preacher he'd ever heard. He's since retired. He said, blind celebration and empty ceremonies will not keep the dream alive. I'm paraphrasing. What will keep the dream alive? Courage. What will it take for the darker people to become Americans? The courage of millions of Americans standing up, calling their congressman, calling their senator, calling the White House and saying, no, you're not going to break up any more families. No. Surrounding houses. I believe that. I believe that there are some cases that civil disobedience is required. I think we should organize, and if we get word and see and create groups to look out and see military people coming to invade somebody's house, to drag them out in the middle of the night, the families, the children, that we should have systems where we watch and be vigilant. The price of freedom is constant vigilance. And provide sanctuary, provide help and support and housing, and be as silent. Have you seen any immigrant? No, haven't seen anything. Just like y'all don't see anything when one of your cops kills somebody unjustifiably, all of a sudden the blue shield, you become silent. No, haven't seen anything at all. I think you have to create. This is the militant Les Brown. This is the Les Brown, the community activists, people in Columbus, Ohio. They know this Les Brown. Y'all don't know this one here. They know who I am. We have to organize and work and say no, because it's the Mexicans today, Africans today, the Haitians today, And then it's us. Many Jews looked other ways when other people, when Nazi Germany, when Hitler was taking people out, many looked the other way until their name was called. No, the best celebration we can give of Dr. Martin Luther King, who took bullets so that we could have the freedom to speak and the courage to stand up and defend each other. To honor what we say, the least that you do unto these, my brethren, you do it also unto me. Mr. Brown, how can you go to sleep and you haven't said anything about that? Because it's controversial? Because some people might not like you, because they might not come see you, because they might abandon you, they might boycott you, they might call and threaten you. Have you ever been concerned about that? I dare you. Do you know how much time you have left? This might be your last day on earth, and you're going to take your behind to bed and you're not doing the work that I have chosen you for? Get your behind up. You've got a phone that you can talk to the world. I dare you go to sleep after watching hours of news. You've become an addicted junkie to watching the news. No, I didn't save you from death to cancer to watch the news. I saved you so you could make the news. Who are you really? Where are you? I mean, there's some things that can happen that take your breath away. I used to do a tour with Donald Trump. It was called Millionaires in Training. He spoke around lunchtime, and I spoke in the evening. I've met him. I've met his children, which were fine children. And, you know, when I look at what's going on now, the hatred, the stress, the drama, the chaos, the divisiveness, what happened to courage? The fear it's dominating the landscape. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of love and of power and of sound mind. You can't be in a sound mind if you're living in fear. And trust me, that's what they're doing. Traumatizing, frightening people. Threatening people. If you speak up, they call and they threaten you. Like my friend, Congresswoman Frederica Wilson, she needed to get security. They called and threatened to take her life. I dare you. That's not America. That's not America. No. Fear. Zig Ziglar called it false evidence appearing real. No, we don't want to live from our fear. We want to live from our faith. That's what Dr. King did, faith. Finding answers in the heart. Where your heart is, there your treasure is also. And we know in our heart of hearts that DACA participants should be Americans. We know in our heart of hearts that the despicable things that the president said about Haitians, Haiti, and Africa are not true. We know in our heart of hearts that's not true. And it's horrible. Two gutless punk Republicans said, I don't recall him saying it. They were there. I don't recall. Now, first of all, if you were in that kind of setting, you will either say, he didn't say it. You would not say, oh, I don't recall. No. Why they say it like that, Les? They want to give themselves an out because there were witnesses there. They're gutless, they're punks, and they're worse than he is. I don't recall. Then I say I don't call people names. I apologize. I didn't take my medication. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I'm looking at the news and see him lying and being silent. You can hear crickets. Oh, I think the president just say what other people are thinking, but we shouldn't judge him by what he says. Let's see what happens in 4 years, what he has done. Oh, is that right? You about to make me lose my mind up in here. You about to make me act a fool up in here. I'm going to end now on this. I don't want to talk too loud. I'm at a hotel. I don't want them to call the police. And they knock on the door, and I say, who is it? They shoot me and say, oh, when he said, who is it? I thought he was asking a question so he can go get a gun, so I shot him. And they say, well, you're innocent. That was operating in the parameters of how we train you. My son, John Leslie, he doesn't understand. I said, son, you need to get some medication for your bipolar. These cops will kill you. They don't care about, oh, he's mentally ill. I was living in Playa Vista. They killed a black man. He was naked. He was out of his mind. He was bipolar, and they shot him. Oh, he was reaching for a gun, so we shot him. Oh, he's reaching for a gun. 2 of us, we didn't tase him, we shot him. Oh, he was reaching for one of the guns. We didn't shoot him in his leg or his arm or his behind. We shot him in his chest and shot him in his head. Yeah. Why? When you don't recognize and value the humanity of someone because of their paint job, you can do anything to them. You can do anything to them, and it's okay. It's okay. I remember Arthur McDuffie. He went to Booker T. Washington High School. He graduated after I did. Cops pursued him because he was speeding on a motorcycle. Janet Reno was the state attorney general. They found those cops innocent. Why? Well, he was dead, he was killed, but we got to let them all go because we couldn't determine who struck the fatal blow. So if 6 black men kill a cop, they will go free because we couldn't determine who struck the fatal blow. Yeah. They did that in Cleveland. Killed a black couple and said we couldn't determine who fired the shot that killed them. So they're innocent. They're innocent. And so our country is being divided. But we must come together in spite of the leadership that's what it is, and we know what it is. It's not about name calling. It's about what are we going to do. I remember when I was working at WVKO and I was joking with Eddie Saunders. He was an older guy and the vice president of the radio station, played gospel music for many years, and Eddie used to box. And there I was, a young disc jockey at WVKO, and Bill Moss, program director. And I said to Eddie was probably in his 70s, and I think I was 24, 25 then. I said, I ought to run over there and hit you over the head, Eddie. He said, well, you can run over here if you want to, but you're going to limp back. And he said that I can run faster with you than I can without you. You know, courage. When you think about how much money that we're spending on entertainment, how much time we spend watching craziness, when you think about it, if I was thumbing through the channels and I was trying to find something that will inspire me or that would educate me by somebody who looked like me, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. I mean, at night, sometimes, I'm a infomercial junkie. I mean, I find all kinds of things. I don't know. I just do. I like them. Don't even use them most of the time. But if you just start using your remote control and I'm not trying to find something religious, but just find something that's not violent, not people cursing at each other and pulling each other wigs off, just something that makes sense. I saw one program, lady said, "I hope your baby die in your stomach." I said, oh my God, how could you say that? How could you say that? And I can tell you, I travel around the world, and I walk in various places, only black men there, and they look and hold their purse and thing, and I think they see us on television and say, "They crazy." That's all three people strange. And they ain't lying. How are we showing up to the world? And right now, this is the most embarrassing, humiliating, insane view that people have of us in the world. No, let's not get into name calling. No, because that doesn't take you anywhere. Let's think. Evil prevails. Evil prevails when good men and women do nothing. Evil prevails when good men and women do nothing. And I think we can do more than just wait to see what the Republicans are going to do. About a stupid wall. Mexico will pay for the wall. Mexico will pay for the wall. Now, America, pay for the wall. Excuse me? Hold a minute. You ran on Mexico going to pay for this wall. All we have to do is get a ladder 1 foot higher and jump over. I mean, Stevie Wonder can see that. Come on. You know, I want to ask Abraham Lincoln, is it really true? He said, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. This man has done a good job. He was born into the Klansman. He's the Klansman, Donald Klansman Trump. Why are you calling him a name? I'm not. That's what he does. That's who he is. He was born into that. I'm not calling him a name. That's the group that he's a part of. And he's proud of that. And that's why he's doing what he does. And until we make preparations to stop it, organize ourselves, raise money, and as he said, take them out. We don't know Haitians here. They got AIDS. Take them out. You know what that means? He's giving those SWAT teams ice. Just do whatever you want to do. Get them out of here. But it's okay if people come here from Russia. If they come here, you know, that's his boy, that's his sweetheart. If they come here from any of these white countries, oh, that's fine. That's fine, yeah. But Haitians, Africans, oh, they'll be glad to go back to their little huts. What an insulting jackass. Excuse me, there you go again. I'm sorry. I'm a baby Christian. I haven't been saved that long. I haven't been saved that long. You about to make me lose my mind. Up in here. Up in here. I want you to share this. I want you to share this and like this page. Make it go viral. Oh, by the way, if they don't know who it is, let me say it. This is Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. It's been a plum-pleasing pleasure, as well as a privilege. You have something special. You have greatness in you. Now, out of greatness comes courage. Stand up, and let's fight to make the Dockers Americans rather than deport them. Let's fight and draw the line so that if anyone ever wants to say something degrading about Africans or Haitians, their lips will tremble because there will be consequences, choices, and consequences. Not just jaws jacking on the news. No. What are we going to do? Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. Commit thy works. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Therefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, that having done all, to stand. The fault, dear brooders, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. Elsie Robinson, come forth. Things may happen around you and things may happen to you, but the only things that really count are the things that happen in you. Yeah, I'm outraged. No, I dare you. Oh, they need to go back to their huts. You got the nerve. You Nazi, I dare you. Yeah, they all got A's here. It takes one to know one. I dare you. About to make me lose my mind up in here. I got problems. The CIA probably outside my door. I'm not going to answer it. If they came in right now, I'd probably pee. I'm sorry. Oh, behave. Whatever. Okay. I'm going to be good. Oh, Lord. I've been trying to restrain myself. I've been trying to hold this Les Brown back. He was in Columbus, Ohio, many years ago. And I thought I'd killed him off, but he's still back there. He tried to get out. I mean, there's some people, there's some people, they can bring it out. They can make you go there. Do you understand what I'm saying? They can bring it out. Oh, they don't know. They don't want to bring him out. No, let him stay back there. No. I saw this interview with Larry King, and this racist skinhead was on. And so Larry asked him a question. He said, why do you hate black people? And he said, because they're black. And I'm white. And then Larry asked him another question. He asked, what did you have to do with that? He said, what? What did you have to do with your being white? He just looked dumbfounded. He had no answer, because prejudice and racism comes out of ignorance. He had no answer. Combination of ignorance and arrogance. And that's the kind of leadership we have, with a Klansman hood on, with no mask. He wants you to see who he is. Praise the Lord. Thank you. Whatever. There you go again. yet. I'm sorry. I don't know where that character comes from. Okay. I'll be back on motivation tomorrow. Oh, London. Les Brown is coming. Not that other Les Brown who comes in every now. Les Brown is coming to London January the 20th. I want you to go to lesbrowninlondon.com. lesbrowninlondon.com. I know some of y'all saying, you need to go to sleep before the CIA and, and the FBI come up in there. Let me see. Okay. Somebody say he makes me nuts. I understand that. Oh, yes, arrogance, ignorance, and a big ego is a problem. You got that right, without question. I hope that you got some value out of this. And if you didn't, it's okay, too. If the shoe fit, wear it. If it doesn't fit, it is your shoe. Wear it anyhow. You have something special. You have greatness in you. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. Lord, I hope I served you well tonight. Now I can go to sleep because I shared some thoughts this morning. Good night. Take care. Share this, like the page, and I want your comments. I like to know. I'd like to know how you feel. I believe that we live in the greatest country in the world, and the average American are decent people. The least that you do unto these, my brethren, you do as also unto me. Do unto others as you would have others to do unto you. And this man doesn't even go to church. 2 Corinthians. Remember, he was in church and tried to read the Bible and say, well, 2 Corinthians? You know, it's been said it's better to be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Oh, behave. Stop it, before they come shoot you. Okay, I'll be good. But I ain't going to take it back. Okay. Boy, you're lucky I got people on both sides of my room, because I could get loose up in here tonight. Well, I'm going to try and calm myself down. I got to pray. I got to read the 23rd Psalm. I'll keep thee in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee. Not on thee, Donald the Klansman Trump, but whose mind is stayed on thee. Thank you, Lord, for that. Tonight I will go to sleep with the Bible and the Holy Quran, and I will chant Noma Yoho Renge Kyo. I will do everything I need to go to sleep. Okay. Okay, let me push finish. Bye, y'all. I want to share this and like the page. Okay. Y'all be good. London, spread the word. Les Brown is coming, and I will take my medication. Okay. I'm not going to tell you my name is Les Brown, and I don't care what you think. Okay, I'll be good. Bye, y'all.